One of the smart guys in this business works for the Sports Business Journal, media reporter John Ourand, who joins us on the show. John, this whole soccer ratings, World Cup, what it means now, how do you take advantage of it? Have you delved into those numbers?
Yeah, I have. I think that the numbers to me suggest that the World Cup is an incredibly big event, just like along the lines of the Olympics or something like that. Whether or not it means soccer is really taking hold, I don't see that from these numbers. I do think soccer is taking hold, but I don't necessarily see that from these ratings numbers.
Can you compare the numbers, though, to other sporting events? If it's Game 7 of the World Series last year or the NBA Finals, is that fair or apples to oranges?
I think it's fair, but I don't think it paints the entire story. I think that, within the U.S. sporting landscape, you have basically American football and then everything else. Because these numbers pale in comparison to any NFL playoff game. They don't reach the level of BCS championship game. But the numbers are very good, and the numbers are, below the Olympics, but they're Olympic-like numbers, they seem to me.
If soccer was a stock, would you buy?
Oh, absolutely. And I think beyond these ratings numbers, I take a look at the deal that, ESPN, Fox, and Univision, they committed $90 million a year for MLS. And if you take a look at MLS viewership numbers, they're below the WNBA right now. So, these big media companies see a lot of value in the sport and see a lot of value in what has to be, the sixth or seventh most popular soccer league in the world right now.
Baseball versus soccer in 10 years.
Oh gosh, I'm a baseball fan, so I think soccer is going to continue to grow. Baseball, one of baseball's problems is that it's old. So the median age of the viewer and the fan is old, and they're trying to get younger. One of the attractions of the soccer audience is that the demos are very, very good. They're young and they're male. They're everybody that the advertisers want to reach. So 10 years, I don't know if I'm ready to say anything about that yet, but 20 years, we'll see. If baseball is able to get younger, then it'll stay there. But there certainly are trends developing that if I were in baseball, I'd be concerned about.
But this is what the Olympics did, John, is that it was an old event, and then they brought in snowboarding and some of these other younger X game type events to bring in that younger audience here. Baseball, I don't know if they have a game plan here for the younger audience, and that's surprising and scary.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to do certain things with the home run derby and around the All-Star game. I know they're trying to decrease the pace of play, because sitting down for a 3-hour game is something that, even I, as a middle-aged man, can't take, much less, my son who's a...
Jersey, are we going to see jersey sponsors?
In baseball?
In sports.
Yeah, we'll see it in the NBA, sir, guaranteed, within probably 2 years or so.
The last league to embrace it would be...
It's got to be baseball, because baseball is very slow-moving, and it's very traditional.
Over the NFL?
I could imagine like a Nike symbol unobtrusively up on the shoulder in the NFL. I could see that happening.
But I'm talking about Dunkin' Donuts, or, you could have, soccer has the big corporations there. You don't see that with the NFL?
No time. I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I think that if I were, Jerry Jones, I wouldn't necessarily want to do it, because, the Dallas Cowboys jersey, that's its own brand right there. So you can sell and promote another brand, but they like having their own brand there. So I don't think that you would see anything to really diminish that.
Don't you think sometimes the mistake is that we want to compare? It's like, if a women's Brittany Griner, she can dunk. Well, how would she do against the men? Instead of saying, look how unique she is to her sport. Annika Sorenstam, oh, she's great. Oh, she wants to compete with the men. That the mistake we make is soccer to football or soccer to basketball or baseball. Instead of just saying, grow soccer, stop comparing it to other sports in your growth or competition.
Well, it's so funny. It's unique to two sports, soccer and hockey. Hockey, if you take a look at Olympic hockey, those ratings were through the roof. The U.S.-Canada gold medal game got nearly 30 million viewers, and everybody was waiting to see, boy, this is going to help the NHL. Well, the NHL really didn't see any, in 2010, they didn't see any lift from that. And soccer, the World Cup 4 years ago, did great ratings for at the time. I mean, they're better now. MLS on ESPN, I think they saw less than a 5% bump in terms of viewership, and at the gate they didn't see anything else either. So there is a whole, like, everybody's waiting to see and compare instead of just enjoying the sport for what it is. I agree with that completely.
John, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man.
All right, John Ourand from Sports Business Journal.